Alright, I'm going to read from Exercise Physiology book, page 173, Fiber Types. Human skeletal muscle can be divided into major classes based on the histochemical or biochemical characteristics of the individual fibers. How fibers are typed is discussed in a closer look 8.2. Specifically, muscle fibers are classified into two general categories: slow type 1 fibers, also called slow twitch fibers, and fast type 2 fibers, also called fast twitch fibers. Only one type of slow muscle fiber, type 1, exists in human muscle, whereas two subcategories of fast type 2 fibers exist: type 2A fibers and B2X fibers. One moment. Though some muscles are composed of predominantly fast or slow twitch fibers, most muscles in the body contain a mixture of both slow and fast fiber types. The percentage of the respective fiber types contained in skeletal muscles can be influenced by genetics, blood levels of hormones, and the exercise habits of the individual. From a practical standpoint, the fiber composition of skeletal muscle plays an important role in performance in both power and endurance events. Overview of biochemical and contractile characteristics of skeletal muscle. Before discussing the specific characteristics of specific muscle fiber types, let's discuss the general biochemical and contractile properties of skeletal muscles that are important to muscle function. Biochemical properties of muscle. The three primary biochemical characteristics of muscles that are important to muscle function are the oxidative capacity, the type of myosin isoform, and the abundance of contractile proteins within the fibers. The oxidative capacity of the muscle fiber is determined by the number of mitochondria, the number of capillaries surrounding the fiber, and the amount of myoglobin within the fiber. A large number of mitochondria provides a greater capacity to produce ATP aerobically. A high number of capillaries surrounding the muscle fiber ensures that the fiber will receive adequate oxygen during periods of contractile activity. Myoglobin is similar to hemoglobin in the blood, that it binds to oxygen, and it also acts as a shuttle mechanism for oxygen between the cell membrane and the mitochondria. Therefore, a high myoglobin concentration improves the delivery of oxygen from the capillary to the mitochondria where it will be used. Collectively, the significance of these biochemical characteristics is that a muscle fiber with a high concentration of myoglobin, along with a high number of mitochondria and capillaries, will have a high aerobic capacity and therefore will be fatigue resistant during prolonged bouts of submaximal exercise. The second important biochemical characteristics of muscle fibers is that the different myosin isoforms differ in their myosin ATPase activity. In humans, three major myosin isoforms exist, and these isoforms differ in their activity. Speed, that they break down ATP. Muscle fibers that contain ATPase isoforms with high ATPase activity will degrade ATP rapidly. This results in high speed of muscle site shortening. Conversely, muscle fibers with low ATPase activity shorten at low speeds. Finally, the third important biochemical characteristic of muscle fibers that influences contractile proteins is the abundance of contractile proteins, actin and myosin, in the muscle fiber. Indeed, fibers that contain large amounts of actin and myosin generate more force than fibers with low levels of these key contractile proteins. The details about fiber type differences in the levels of actin and myosin will be discussed in more detail later. We'll hold off there at page 173 and 174. That was fiber types and the biochemical properties of the muscle. See ya.